Welcome to Dice with Death, where anyone could die with a roll of the dice. I'm your direct messenger, Ollie Bateman, and joining me again for this week's performative Dungeons & Dragons podcast is the one and only Chatty Badger's Jamie Powis.
Aark is devastated, Zeed has no wings. So let's see what sorrows this episode brings. I'm Aark.
Off to a rather depressing start.
Oh. Jamie, I'm really sorry. I am giving your character what for, aren't I? Just death and destruction and families, and yeah, it's all very, very sad for you, but you seem to be dealing with it very, very well, and there'll be more dealings with your son next when we get into the episode. Ooh. I am, of course, also joined by the one and only We Are Reach's Amy Mallet.
Zeed's wounds are tragic, a flightless curse. Our undead foes are cocks. But it would have been so much bloody worse if he'd looked inside Titus's box. It's Vixen. I was sad that he didn't, in fairness. I was waiting for that moment.
Good.
I really loved role-playing the sentence, "Oh my God, am I about to see a penis in a box?" And two very grown-up adults in Daddy Parrot and Vixen who keeps remembering now that she's 46 years old, going, "Not if you don't want to, darling.
No.
Not if you don't want to."
No one's forcing you to look in the box.
Consent is sexy, everybody. Consent is sexy. Talking of consent, I'm also joined with WhatCulture.com's Adam Wilborn.
Sorry, what was that introduction, by the way?
He puts the sensual in consensual.
Yeah, but sure. Adam Wilborn's here. Say your bit, please.
Okay. It's time.
That's so thrown him off.
Wow. There seems like there's a big story behind this. There isn't a big story, everyone.
No, Ollie's gone a bit,
Also,
gone a bit off pick.
Not good that you're introducing me like that, and then I'm probably going to disappear from the podcast for about a month. So
yeah, he hasn't been cancelled, everyone. We promise.
No.
He's not been caught, so there we go.
He hasn't been cancelled, but he consensually had sex with his wife and is making a baby, so there we go.
Yes, a mini Titus is coming. Anyway, it's Titus, strong as bull and cunning like fox. I'll challenge you to an arm wrestle and wager it's a dick in a box. Your arm will snap, you'll lose your precious bike, but never mind all that. Has anyone else noticed that Aark and that kid look a little bit alike?
Yes, love that.
So good. So bloody good. Well, I guess is everybody ready to continue the adventure?
Yarp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Previously on Dice with Death, the gang launched into action in a Pyrenees alleyway to save Aark's son from the hogfolk and bounty hunters trying to tie him down. Aark's son Zeed proved his way with the blade once more by doing away with one of the attackers, showing off his skills with a samurai sword. Aark pulled Zeed in for a hug, but he was reluctant to reciprocate, asking his dad during the tender moment why he never said goodbye. Titus, having not paid any attention to the family reunion, kept shouting after Zeed, asking him if he'd seen Aark's son. Then, with huge confusion regarding Vixen's armor class with a defensive flourish, Vixen did away with a bounty hunter, slashing into him as she sung her bard song. The largest of the hogfolk and bounty hunters then tried to get into Titus's head, telling him he seemed very low status within Team Arzatit and small in comparison. Titus said, "Fuck this," and challenged the bounty hunter to an arm wrestle, putting 250 gold on the line as his wager. When the bounty hunter asked to see the gold, Titus mentioned that he kept his gold in a box that he was carrying on his person, prompting Aark and Vixen to warn Zeed that he was maybe about to see a penis in a box. Aark asked Titus if he wanted any magical extras to help him in the arm wrestle, but after Titus rolled a die, it was decided that it was going to be a fair arm wrestle without any assistance. The bounty hunter then suggested his own motorcycle as a wager and prompted Zeed to lift the tarpaulin off to see the goods. Aark messed with Zeed's feathers to make him more presentable, and Titus thought about his own father as he looked on at this beautiful father-son reunion. The bounty hunter then placed his arm on the crate and said, "Let's go!" Titus, with an almighty heave, smashed the bounty hunter's arm through the crate and broke his arm, leaving him rolling around on the floor in agony. After chucking Titus the keys to the bike, he left the scene, but was perceived by Zeed as he gathered his other hogfolk and bounty hunter friends watching from a distance. Zeed noticed the impending danger and tried to usher Team Arzatit away before Vixen reminded everyone that they were there to buy information off a criminal contact. Zeed then realised that he was the criminal contact and said they should talk elsewhere. He escorted the gang through the alleyways of the outskirts of Pyro to an abandoned school, deactivating traps as he went, gathering everyone in the basement. He told the gang that he was meant to meet a group of mercenaries at the Burning Bucket Tavern to sell them information, but that his master, the one who actually had the information, had been captured by the jackals, so was going to pull a fast one and dash once he got half the money. He explained that he'd been taken in by a tabaxi named Star, who had trained him in the way of the blade, and had kept him fed and watered for the last 3 months. Vixen gasped, realising that Zeed was taken in by her old bandmate Tabitha Star Lightpaw. Zeed explained that they'd been attacking a convoy to stop materials making it to the international shipping station when she was captured, with Vixen agreeing to help get Star back. Titus asked if there were any snacks about, with Zeed presenting him with 2 bandoliers of pork scratchings. Zeed and Aark then went to the roof and sat out in solar flare sun lounges to have a long overdue catch-up, watching the chemical red sun seared sky as they did. Aark noted that he hadn't seen Zeed use his wings yet and decided to outstretch his, asking his son if he wanted a quick fly in the sky. Zeed nervously looked down at the floor and said he'd pass, before Aark complimented him on his fighting skills, giving big praise to Star's training. Aark pried more into the fact that Zeed was unconscious when he arrived on Eid, with Zeed saying his mum, Colonel Elec, had put him to sleep and stowed him away aboard a cargo ship. He explained that he didn't want to leave his mum and divulged heinous details about the murder of Zeed's brother, Aark's son, Ulrich. He said he saw Grandpa, Harley-Atus Aves, strangle him to death after finding Aark and Elec's scrying letters, punishing her in the process. Zeed then stood up and dropped his leather matrix duster, revealing bloodied bandages where his wings should be, explaining that Aves had burnt them off. With Aark's anger towards his father-in-law growing even stronger, a thunderous storm appeared in the sky over the school, and as Aark hugged his son tighter than ever, he could feel Tempo's wrath thunderously strike in his mind. And that's where we are now. As the storm clouds that were seconds ago raging above dissipate into red solar flares that reach across the sky like the branch of an old oak tree, Zeed pulls himself slightly out of your grip, Aark. And he looks into your eyes and he says, "I'm sorry I can't fly with you this time, Dad." He looks towards the ground, ashamed.
I'm going to say, don't worry, kid. Flying's overrated anyway.
Oh.
Nice.
What's your plan for getting your I'm going to do air quotes, like really big air quotes in my talons, master back?
Well, I mean, I was just going to buy a bunch of weapons and just try and find them, but now you 3 are here. I feel like you could help me.
Kid, that sounds like a really bad plan. The first plan was a really bad plan. You do know that, right?
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, really bad. Okay, cool.
But why so bad? I could do it. Star's trained me. I'm really good with a blade, and I don't know. I could wield a pistol or a shotgun if I wanted to. Like I could do all that.
I want to draw my sword and just go on then. Let's see how good you are with a blade.
Okay.
Morpheus is fighting Neo. Sorry.
I was going to say, this is definitely Orpheus and Neo vibes for sure.
No sooner, Aark, have you said this, you see a glint in Zeed's eye as he absolutely matrix jumps back from you to the edge of the school building, and he unsheaths his samurai sword and he says, "Come on then, Dad, let's see what you got." Roll initiative.
Yeah, let's go.
Woo! Can we be... oh, no, I suppose we shouldn't really spectate this, should we? It's too epic for that.
No.
No.
Aark, what did you get?
No.
19.
Oh, Jamie, if you don't say stop trying to hit me and hit me, I'm going to be furious.
Hard cut to like 2 minutes time when he's beating the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?
Aark, across the roof of this school. You've been sat on the sun loungers, but you see various like disused like air vents and just like rubbish and detritus that's ended up on the top of this school. You see the solar flares in the sky. This looks like an epic battle that's about to go down. But Aark, you get the upper hand. You are the seasoned veteran in this moment, and you get to go first. What are you doing?
I think I'd drop my shield and pull my dagger.
Okay.
So I've got dagger in one hand, sword in my other hand, and I don't really want to hit him, but I do want to go for a proper like. I do want to make. Basically, I think what Aark's going to try and do is start a fight, but he needs a bit of a confidence boost, Zeed. So he's going to try and pull some punches, but at the same time, he doesn't want it to look really fake. So I think he's going to go. Yeah, he's going to try and hit him. Absolutely, let's go for it.
I was just thinking, what if you roll a nat 1 and accidentally kill your son? Delphine
doesn't like that.
She's
Who knows?
not.
Who knows what's going to happen?
She's not happy. This is a risk.
23 to hit.
Okay. 23 hits. What are you attacking with?
It's my sword. Go for it. I'm gonna go for the butt of the sword. I'm gonna properly try and smack that way, and then I'm gonna roll my dagger hit as well. Might as well. 17. My dagger.
Nice. That hits.
Cool. I don't really want to roll damage, to be fair. But do I need to roll damage?
You can say non-lethal if you want.
Non-lethal. Let's go for it. Let's flipping go.
It's tricky, innit? Because you don't want Zeed to know that you're not trying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, draw a bit of blood.
Poor Zeed. Poor Zeed. I rolled a 4 on my dagger, which is maximum damage. So that is 8 damage with my dagger. Short sword, I rolled a 6. So that's 10 damage. So that's 18 damage, non-lethal.
Ollie, just for banter, say, how do you want to do this?
Finish him!
How do you want to kill your second son? Like, you're just like launching into him, just like going for it? What does this look like?
Yeah, go for it. Let's go.
Okay, cool.
Let's go.
You see as he takes these hits into the body, you see him kind of like look up at you from the floor. His eyes glint and he smiles and he goes, "Okay, old man, let's fucking go." And you see that he turns his samurai sword, like it's a normal samurai sword is just serrated along one edge. So he turns his samurai sword the other way around, so he'll be hitting you with the blunt side of the blade.
Cool.
But he goes, "Oh, you're serious, are you? Okay." And the first thing he's going to do is bonus action hide.
Oh, okay, all right.
Well,
cool.
Amazingly, that was a nat 20.
Jesus.
And you never saw him again.
Yeah.
Like my wife. There you go.
Oh, God.
Oh.
You see Aark in this moment when Zeed hides. Like you see, you don't even know where he's gone. You just see his visage completely go invisible and disappears. And you hear kind of like rustlings around you of where you think he might have gone, but you cannot pinpoint at all where he is. Unless you want to roll me an investigation check to see if you can find him.
Absolutely. I rolled a 9 on the dice, so I think I'll be able to...
No, you do not find your son Zeed, who is hiding amongst the rooftops. From out of nowhere, a strike from behind, like an air vent, tries to clock you across the back. Okay, does a 22 hit?
Absolutely.
Okay, plus sneak attack.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You take a blunted side of the samurai across your back, and you take 26 points of non-lethal damage.
I'm blooded.
What happens is you get struck across the back and you feel your son like strike you. What do you do?
I'm gonna smile and be like, oh, that's like good hit, but hold on.
That's I think he uses a slight bit of movement to get back from you, and he's like, "Come on then, old man. Let's see what else you got."
I'm just gonna go because I'm gonna spin around Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
Okay, so I'm going to swing with my sword,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to try and chuck my dagger at him.
Ooh, okay, great. So you swing your sword, and then you're throwing your dagger at him. Roll to hit.
So that's an 11.
That doesn't hit. So,
Cool.
Aark, what does this look like as you advance towards him with sword and then a thrown dagger?
So I think he hits me on the back, and I kind of just instinctively kind of just swing around, but he's taken that movement back. So the swing and a miss, and then as I'm coming around, I have the dagger in my hand, and I just launch it at him. I was going to say, like, if I can, I think he would probably try and swipe it away with the sword.
Oh, he deflects it. With a 9, you see your son just eyes glinting as he moves this samurai sword across his eye line and just ting, and just flicks it off into the apocalypse, just into the wasteland that you can see below this school. And he goes, "Nice try, my turn." And then he's going to try and hit you again with the samurai sword. Okay, does a 19 hit you?
It does.
Okay. You see him run, vault, and jump off the side of one of these air vents that's like sticking out, one of these air conditioning units, and he launches towards you with the blunt side of this samurai sword and does 14 damage to you as he strikes across your torso.
Ouch.
You raised him well, didn't you?
How you doing, Dad? You okay? Can you still go?
Yeah, I'm going to take another swing. Another swing with my sword. Non-lethal. Oh, come on. So, 15?
Doesn't hit.
Oh, shit.
So you swung with your sword. Are you doing anything else?
Got anything else?
Nothing.
Nothing left.
Okay. I got nothing left.
I'm not gonna cast like banishment on my child. Like I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna hit him
It would
with
be
my
a bit
sword,
petty,
alright?
wouldn't it?
I'm gonna banish you to another plane of existence. Good luck, kid.
The ultimate go to your room.
Go to your pocket dimension.
Yeah, I'm going to send you to the Shadow Realm. Cool. You see Zed. Kind of his agility is really quick. Like he's not had wings for a little bit, so he's like really good on his legs and on his feet. And you see him like dart around, get super low, and then get right up behind you. And he pulls the samurai sword up, blade towards you to your neck.
I yield, kid. I yield. Turn.
He drops his sword and he spins you around and brings you in for a big hug.
Oh.
Good one. You're a force to be reckoned with. I have 6 hit points, by the way. I'm pretty beaten up. Like, he has really properly beaten me up. I'm like, oh, yeah, can you help me find my dagger? Is that all right?
We'll call it a draw.
Dad, I've got stuff that can patch you up and heal you downstairs in the basement.
It's okay.
No.
I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I mean, I don't need to roll an insight check for that, but okay.
Yeah.
You see
his
that
blood just pouring out his beak. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Actually, it's probably not blood, is it? It's probably like this really weird. Actually, it's probably this really weird black ooze that's coming out of my beak.
You are correct, and now he's going to roll an insight check.
Do it.
Okay. So he got a 14. Do you want to roll deception, or try and mask it in some way?
No, I don't want to.
Okay. He clocks it, and then he goes, I can see your dagger. I'm just going to go get it. And he walks off to like the edge of like the school roof where your dagger has like fallen. And he picks it up. I was going to say he wipes the blood off of it. You got a couple of strikes in there, I think. So non-lethal, but he wipes a bit of blood off of it and he hands it back to you. And he just he pulls off like part of his leather duster and kind of just gives it to you to mop up what you need to mop up, but doesn't say anything.
Zed, if you want to ask about it, you can ask about it.
Ask about what? I don't see anything.
Okay.
Look, Dad, I've not seen you for a long time. I was 8 years old when you left. I'm 21. No. I was 2 when you left. Ara Cochrane years, everybody. I'm getting this wrong. I was 2 when you left. I'm 8 now. That means he was 8 when you left, and he's 21 now. I'm 8 years old, Dad. Like, if you want to talk to me, you'll talk to me and tell me when you want to tell me. We're both adults, so I'm not going to force anything. But no, you can talk to me. I know we've not seen each other in a long time, but it's really cool to have you around, and I want you to be around for the foreseeable.
Kid, I don't want to lie to you anymore. I don't want to not say goodbye to you. Like, I think we've made those mistakes in the past.
We?
We? Me and your mum?
Oh, okay. I thought you were getting a jibe in at me because I got a jibe in at you earlier.
No, not you, kid.
Okay.
Not you.
Okay.
I'm going to get his talon, and just put it against my chest, which is absolutely just not moving, no heart's beating, and it's cold. And I'm just going to go, something happened to me while I was trying to get back to you and your mum and your brother. And it wasn't good. And I think I'm the same man, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't want to lie to you about this.
Who brought you back?
Actually, I think it was Titus, someone you don't know, Zakaya, and Madame Morgana. If that rings a bell.
No, sorry, just the big guy downstairs.
They brought me back, but there's always a cost.
Okay. Well, you're here now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all that matters. And it sounds like you've got great people with you. And that's all I could ever ask for. I'm sure you'd feel the same for me.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, whatever happens, just know you did a really, really good job.
I'd love to talk more, kid, but I've only got 6 hit points and I need to have a rest. I'm so sorry. I just need to have a lie down.
I really thought you were about to say, I've only got 6 months to live. Just drop it
It's
in
not
as...
even 6, it's 3, everybody, it's 3.
Yeah.
It's 3. Shit, it's 3.
So I'm just going to really heavily lean on him and just walk with him, like, towards those stairs.
Yeah, he puts his arm around you, and like he sheaths his sword, and just, you know, if you've ever seen an older gentleman being dragged home from the pub by a much younger gentleman, it looks like that.
Don't tell Titus I lost. Don't tell him.
Oh, why is he really? Will he?
Just don't tell Titus I lost. Just don't tell Titus I lost.
Okay. Are we saying that you won, or are we saying nothing?
We just don't say anything about it.
Okay. Well, there's a bit of, just in the corner of your mouth, a bit of, I don't want to call it blood, but just, yeah.
I don't know what it is. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you. And I'll wipe it off. And there we go.
So as Zeed is walking you over, like, this is very laboured and very hobbled, like, over to the ladder to bring you down. But he says, Dad, do you feel like you have a purpose?
Does anyone have a purpose, really? That's the messed up thing. I remember, I'm an old man, and I like to have long-winded conversations with people. And I remember talking to an army gentleman, like your dad, and he said he said my purpose was to save the universe with those two downstairs. I don't think that's my purpose. I think my purpose has always been to get back to you guys, make sure you guys are happy, just help you out. I think when you become a dad, your purpose really changes. I was all about, oh yeah, I'm gonna make my wife proud, do something incredible in the army, make a name for myself, make an actual family name for me. But that's all changed. So no pressure, kid, but I think you're my purpose. Why'd you ask?
Someone spoke to me in my dreams. I say someone. It felt more like something. Like they told me that I was a lost cause and I was worthless, like not fit to live in this world. But then thunder and lightning struck this thing out of my mind, and the clouds, they like parted, and there was a distant roar of thunder that sounded like so comforting. And that, I feel like that's when my purpose changed. I feel like my purpose is much different. Maybe I don't feel like I had one, but I feel like I have a cause to fight for, to help Mum back on Ean. And I mean, Star has said she'll help me no matter the cost. And you see Zeed reach into his Matrix-style duster, chest pocket, and produces a crumpled up piece of parchment with handwriting on it that looks or has like a feminine touch to it. And he gestures to you to see it. Like you're right in front of the ladder, but he holds you up and produces this piece of paper to you.
I read it.
The note reads, "My darling Zeed, I'm sorry it had to come to this. I need you to be my bird outside the cage. Your mission is to disrupt the transportation of materials to the planet of Ean by any means necessary. Grandpa and his friends are building things that will hurt us and the world. Stifle the lizard's roar and let the songbird sing one last time. Mum."
So the things in that shadowy thing in your head, unfortunately real. That's called a mind shadow. They're pretty terrifying. So apologies about that. That thunder sound, that was Tempo, my main man.
It's your boy Tempo.
So they're going to look after you as best they can. Your mum, I understand what she's writing, but you know, kid, you're 8 years old now. Like, you can make your own decisions. You don't have to follow orders. So you make your own choice. Don't make your mum's choice for me. Don't make me make your choice for you.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh, also, robotic lizards. They're, I don't know, 20 foot tall. Again, more nightmare fuel. Can like destroy. Did you watch the Champion Games?
No.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it.
Nanny's missed so much.
Maybe you should have a watch of it. I don't know. You might be pretty impressed by it, actually. But okay. Cool.
Just to clarify, everybody, robotic lizards are 60 feet tall, so triple.
Sorry.
But no, it's all good.
Can I quickly ask as well?
Don't want to scare him too much.
There was a thing in there about the songbird. Remind me of because Albert Amore, he's Fennec Fox, isn't he? But is there an undead loyalist called the Songbird? Ah, okay. Law retention.
Law retention from Amy Malay.
It's my little 80s theme tune. Okay, cool. As you were.
Aark and Zeed climb back down the ladder and into the basement, where Titus and Vixen are having an arm wrestle.
Hey!
At least that's what you said
Yeah,
last
that's exactly
time.
what we're
So
doing.
what are you guys doing in amongst the basement? Like, you just chatting? Are you arm wrestling? What's going on?
I think, yeah, I mean, we were just going to have a bit of an arm wrestle to sort of... I think I was trying to keep Titus occupied a little bit so we wouldn't disturb Aark and Zeed having their big moment. So, we're just having a bit of a mess around. So I imagine Titus is beating me every single time, and I'm probably past trying, but I'll keep going back.
Titus is definitely doing that bell end thing that strong people do in arm wrestles, where they go, "Oh, I think you've got me," and then just smashing their arm.
The most annoying thing ever, where it's like, oh my god, you're so good, bang. Yeah, it's all right. Good one, mate. Good one. I can understand how you sent that hog-folking bloke packing.
But I think genuinely you beat me when they walk back in and I turn round and see the state they're in and go, "What the hell have you two been doing?"
And he's distracted for a minute and I'm like, bang! Did you see that? I just beat Titus Thunderbastard Caligari in an arm wrestle. Tell your friends.
2 medium creatures fighting away in an arm wrestle.
Zeed looks over to you, Vixen, and goes, "Way!" and joins in your celebration with you, and just goes, "Look, guys, there's so much like to drink in the fridge if you want power drinks. So like, if you do want booze, I know we're here for the evening. So like, just do whatever you want. But it's really great to meet you, Vixen, Titus. Thank you so much for looking after my dad. I really appreciate it."
You're welcome, kid. I'm glad you got some time to catch up and shoot the shit. But I suppose...
Is that all you did up there, or...?
Yeah, you guys look a little bit worse for wear. What's going on?
A bit sweaty, No?
We're fine. No, fine. Just father-son scuffle. I haven't wrestled with this guy for years, and he'd always beat me. And he beat me again. Can you believe it?
Yep, that happened. That is exactly what happened.
Immediately get Aark in a headlock for a nuggie, like... "Wee!"
Can I roll an investigation, a deception check, or an investigation check?
You can roll an insight check if you'd like to see if Zeed is lying.
18.
Help action. Guidance.
Here comes a deception check. Oh my goodness, Zeed is +6, so here we go. Zeed gets an 18 on the first one.
Oh, he's had me.
He's got a 14 on the second one, plus guidance for whatever. Yeah. He equaled your top one because you got an 18. So roll off, go again.
Oh, okay. Oh, not so good that time. 6.
Ooh, he got an 11. So he does beat your deception. Vixen, you kind of know that he's lying anyway, but you don't pay too much attention to it. You're just like, yay, I won an arm wrestling match against Titus. Woohoo! And Zeed has thanked you both for looking after his father. Aark, you see that Zeed kind of ushers you over to the mini fridge and pulls a couple of what looks like, blue arcanish looking potions and just like gives them to you in your cloak and goes, "Here you go, Dad. Just neck him quickly. He'll be all right."
Are we going anywhere tonight? Are we going? I asked Zeed. Are we going?
I think we sort of need to hear your son's plan, don't we?
Yeah.
I want to neck that hell potion then, or whatever it is. Neck the potions.
Okay, you neck a couple of these blue arcanes. You can tell from the mini fridge that he's not got too many of these, but he wants you at full strength, so he gives you 2. You definitely have to neck both of them to come back up to full.
Okay.
But you neck both of them. In this moment, Zeed kind of sets the table out a bit and grabs a couple of packets of pork scratchings that he's got left lying around because Titus, amazingly, he didn't give you all of them. But he just opens them up on the table and puts them with your drinks. And then he heads over to a desk in the corner, which is it's about 9 p.m. in the evening. And on this desk, you see like a transistor radio that's like sitting atop it with faint crackles as it's like in its untuned state. It is on. You can hear the wispy kind of crackles. And Zed turns the dial, skipping past like commercial music stations and like adverts and all that kind of stuff. And he finds a news station broadcasting the latest in the solar system, kind of like current affairs, just in time for the 9 o'clock news. And the newsreader says, today's top story. The leader of the Aark, Field Marshal Aves, is set to broker a peace treaty with all 7 planets of Parlay's solar system. Talks have begun between leaders and are expected to take over a month. As a goodwill and gesture, Aves is donating giant circular statues to each individual planet over the coming weeks, as part of the Aark initiative to unify the galaxy. The statues, said to be over 100 foot tall, are said to signify the coming together of races, a cause Aves says is well overdue.
Are they the planewalkers, or are they like them? Because they're not the the manipulators, are they? They're smaller than that. That's got to be something dodge, though.
If only there were more description on radio.
Yeah. If only it wasn't a completely audio medium. Stupid.
Terrible audio medium.
Honestly.
If anybody wants to roll me an insight check, they can.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Ooh.
Aark, what did you get?
8.
Titus?
I thought I wasn't going to be required there. I need to get my rolling plate. Yeah, just a quick little factoid for the listeners. Today I have a rolling plate because I'm in my future child's... What is this initially called? Because it can't be his room, can it?
I suppose it's a nursery.
It's a nursery, isn't it?
Nursery.
It's just his changing pad right now. I'm surrounded by clothes he's not going to wear for 6 months, effectively.
And when he says a plate, dear listeners, because this is an audio medium, he means a plate. He doesn't mean like a little tray. It's not a trinket tray. It's a plate you'd have pizza off. It's huge.
It's Alan Partridge's big plate, basically, that he used to take in the hotel.
It's bloody massive.
Let's hear a roll on that plate. It's going to sound so good.
Oh!
Plastic, listeners. Plastic.
Well, we're never using that again because that's a nat 1.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So you guys listen into this broadcast and attain only the words that the newsreader has said. You would probably need more info on what's going on to like know exactly what's going on. But you all know in your minds that there's never been a planewalker that has existed that is taller than 60 feet. The only time you've ever seen a planewalker that is 100 foot or taller was, I think it was Vixen in a nightmarish thing that saw a planewalker that was like 160 foot tall.
Yeah.
But this thing that they're talking about on the news is only 100 foot tall, so it couldn't possibly be that.
Yeah, I think it was either Vixen or Zach who saw a 100-foot tall one. But they
Sorry,
said it could have been Zach in a dream, in a vision. And what is this thing? Did the radio person say it was spherical, like round,
Circular.
Circular.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a big old bird bath, like a big old planet controlling manipulator. Maybe.
That's what I think. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Brilliant. Well, I'm glad he's on it.
Do you reckon the Trojans would that have worked if it had been a big bird bath instead of a horse?
You'd see the birds at the top though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Just you see all the birds like, oh.
Don't mind us. Definitely not Trojans.
No. There's no Trojans in here. No Trojans in here. No, go away.
Just cheeky Spartans or whatever they were. Cheeky Grecians.
Spartans.
Just leave it outside. If it's no point in bringing it in, that's just going to bring birds too close. If anything, they're going to poo all over the square. Leave it outside the walls, if anything. So
yeah,
true.
We really think you'd be better inside the walls. Nope. I think we're going to put you in the garden. Fuck, we really didn't think well about this, did we?
Should have done a horse, not a fucking bird bath.
Why would you even take a horse in? Like, I just don't understand it. Like, oh, here's our beautiful wooden horse we've carved for you. Like, what is the point?
I think they thought it was a big gift, didn't they? They were like, oh,
yeah,
it's
but
nice,
who
but
wants a
still,
wooden horse?
yeah, no, I know. I mean, yeah.
Are they 6?
It's a cheap gift. Gift. It wants a wooden horse. You're right.
And it's so obviously an ambush as well. When you think back and you're like, at what point did someone go, yeah, brilliant, bring that massive horse in? Like, it's so farcical, isn't it? Come on.
It's like Ace Ventura, isn't it? The bit where he's inside the rhino. Do you remember?
Oh,
that bit?
yeah, and he's sweating to death.
Do I remember it?
Sweating,
Jamie, it was a formative film in my childhood, as you may have realised through every time I've ever been on camera or audio.
Yes, you do reference it a lot. It is. I mean, When Nature Calls is actually my favourite one. I think the second one's better. I know that's a controversial opinion, but I do like the second one a lot. And when he gets born out the back of the rhino.
Oh my god! I would genuinely, because Adam is such a big fan, I would love to see Adam do that, like be born out of a fake rhino, just through all of that latex, like.
Anne Louise rejected that for the birth of our child soon. By the way, it was
Oh,
it's
really?
just natural
Oh,
birth,
God.
not C-section, not born through fake rhinoceros arse or anything like that. By the way, just a complete side point. We were talking today about because my niece and nephew are up as well, and we were talking about what film we wanted to watch. We were going to have a film night earlier on, and we ended up settling on Lyle Lyle Crocodile, which, by the way, is goated. But I suggested Ace Ventura, and then I remembered, it's not aged well, and also it's also not appropriate for children looking back at this stage.
Yeah.
The first one is so transphobic, it's ridiculous.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah, it's so bad. Mr. Winky. It's terrible. By the way, I'm just quickly reading up on the Trojan horse, and apparently it was built by a bloke who was a master carpenter. And the Greeks basically persuaded the Trojans that the horse was an offering to Athena, the goddess of war, which would make Troy impregnable. So ironically, they were like, have this massive horse in your courtyard, and no one will ever enter again. Like, no one will get into the city of Troy ever again. The irony.
It's a total cock block. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a terrible gift. Fucking hell.
If I was Athena, I would send so many fucking lightning bolts. I'd be like, yeah, you know what? Good. I'm glad someone snuck into you and they're gonna kill all of you, because this is the worst gift I've ever received.
God. But why wasn't it like a food truck? You know what I mean? Like an ice cream van or something, playing a nice little
Laundry
jingle.
van.
Yeah.
What do you You've got some clean sheets in the back.
Bloody massive horse. You know when you just think back and you're like, that's actually so daft. Anyway, I love this. It's been a fun bit.
What are we talking about? What's happening? Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
More radio chatter. Here we go.
Here we go.
In other news, the late great wrestling icon Makin Fearless Shot Calagavi is being honoured with a premium live event of his namesake. Calagavi Chaos, the new event set to honour the wrestler's legacy, is due to commence the day following after his funeral. The event will feature the newly established Tables, Ladders and Lava match, as well as a GWF Heavyweight Championship defence match by reigning champion and recently released from custody, Volok. Newly appointed General Manager Elman Monroe says it's the legacy Fearless Shot would want for his fans. That's the news. I'm Sunny Day.
Sunny Day, kicking us when we're down. I mean, this is literally just like a broadcast going, all your enemies have peaked. they're having a great time. It's all coming up Volok.
Yeah.
It is all coming up Volok, isn't it?
He did very well out of that sexual harassment case. I'm going to look at Titus and just say, I'm sorry, man. It sounds like an absolute farce up there right now, and I'm sorry we couldn't go sooner to finish it off. I know your dad is probably fuming right now. This is not what he would have wanted. I mean, probably would have wanted the wrestling match stuff, but he definitely wouldn't want Volok in charge and all that crap.
No, thanks. Ollie, do we know when his funeral is yet?
Yeah, so by all accounts with your time in the Champion Games, it is still at this point a week and a half away.
Ah, okay.
You're telling me there's a chance? It's like, the bit in Shaun of the Dead, where he's like, just go here, do this, and then all back to the...
Let's go to the Winchester and it'll all blow over.
All blow over.
Get Mum, kill Phil,
Yeah.
go to the pub.
The Winchester is now sadly a group of flats.
Oh.
Aw,
Yeah.
it's a shame.
Yeah, bummer. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, everyone who loves Shaun of the Dead. Just complete and utter bumming there.
Did you... so we it's prevent Phil Marshall Ames from completely taking over the galaxy, go back, avenge my let's be honest, probably murdered father by killing his brother, my uncle, win the title off Volok, and marry Salu, bish bash bosh. 2 weeks' time. See you later.
I've just realised your Titus's Aark is the plot of the feckin' Lion King. His dad's been murdered and he's going back to kill his uncle.
I'm glad someone finally said it.
great.
Episode 46, 2.5 years in, someone's finally noticed that Titus is Simba.
Long live the king.
Can I just turn to Zed and go, right, where's Star being held?
Star is currently being held at the Jackal's headquarters on the edge of the city of Pyro. If we were to try and get her back from there, it would be a suicide mission. There's too many people and it's too much. I think there are two ways for us to do this. I have some thoughts and maybe some kind of plan. Can I just detail them out to you and see what you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Right. One is to intercept the Jackal's armoured motorcade en route from their headquarters to their outpost. Catch them while they're in transit. They're moving her regardless tonight from their HQ to the outpost. To do what? I'm not really too sure. They normally sell people off to make some money. There's a lot of slave trade around on Pyro. So I think the deal is to sell her off. Two, we could intercept them once we get to their outpost. So instead of going to their headquarters or attacking them, in transit, we go to their outpost. The first means that there'll be less jackals to deal with, but it will be a super aggressive assault from us. The second means that there'll be more jackals to deal with, but we could get the opportunity of stealth if we're lucky enough, sneaking in and grabbing Star under their noses. Although if it all goes south, then we'll have a lot more men bearing down on us. So there are stealthy and aggressive ways to do both options, but we need to act fast because Star's going to be moving tonight in a few hours. I mean, what do you guys think?
Well, speaking as a man who's both very stealthy and very aggressive, I will completely defer to my two friends on this one.
Yeah, I mean, stealth is definitely a big boon for Vixen. She's got an incredibly high stealth stat, so I feel like I would probably benefit from taking the Metal Gear Solid approach. But there will be less jackals if we catch them on the move. So it's kind of, I think either way is there are definitely pros to both. What do you reckon, Aark? This is your son. What do you think of his plan?
They're both very good plans. Much better than the last one, which was just blow everything up.
Have we ever told you the story about the time I stuck a leaf to my head?
Not now, Titus. Maybe later.
I'm reasonably stealthy, actually. I'm not unstealthy. I'm not negatively stealthy. I don't know, Titus. I'm looking at Titus because Titus is the, he's 7 foot tall?
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 foot tall. Have you got anything, Vixen, that can help us be stealthy? Or...
I mean, so my stealth stat is really quite strong. I've got a +8 modifier on that bad boy.
I've got +3.
Hello.
So
I got +4 actually. So
we're not too bad.
As long as it's not a 28 AC, you're fine.
I thought that was really funny in your notes where you were like, after some confusion involving Vixen's armor class. I mean, I've obviously got Bardic Inspiration, which you guys can use as well to be added to your ability check or attack roll or whatever. So you could always add that if you roll quite naff on stealth. But in terms of, we've got spells, I guess, haven't we? We could always use something. I could cast something on you guys to amplify your stealth.
There's multiple ways I see that we could achieve either of these things, and I think both lend themselves well to stealth and an aggressive attack. Like the motorcade, there's going to be less people. They will have lots of armaments for us to get through, but there will be less people, and there's a shorter window for us to kind of attack. But with that, we could go ahead to where the roads are, set up, if we wanted to be stealthy about it, we could set up explosions, hide, and when they came by, erupt the explosions and damage their vehicles to put a stop to them, then attack them there. Or we just hell for leather after them on bikes or cars. We could do that there. Or we could get to the outpost and plant explosives to blow a hole, and that's very aggressive. Or we could try and sneak in. I see there being lots of options, but just any thoughts that you guys have on which ones we should probably do would be great.
Seeing as I am a master of disguise, could I block the road with my new, now broke? I'm doing what are they called? Not speech marks. What am I doing here?
Air quotes.
Air quotes. Broken down Hogley Davidson to stop the motorcade, and then boom, everyone attacks. So we could kind of get the best of both worlds there. And I suppose even if they do get away, which I hope they don't, obviously, we know where they're going, so we can always it's going to be a lot harder. They'll know we're coming, but yeah, I think time is of the essence, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, we could do like what they do in The Great Escape, where they set up like a little Steve McQueen sets like a little garroting wire to catch the convoy. I mean, obviously it's not a motorbike this time, but we could do some sort of like some kind of barricade that we set up to kind of like trap the convoy if we got far
I've got a
enough
lot
ahead.
of pork scratchings if you need that, if that could help.
Yeah, I was thinking actually how vital pork scratchings are in this plan. I was just trying to put the wheels together. But hey, there's definitely something. If we are going to intercept them, we've got motorbikes. We've got an extra motorbike as well. There's also a distraction, isn't there? Like, could I put on a show for them or something to distract them, and then you guys sneak in, do your worst. I mean, really, all we need to do is just get in and get Star out as quick as possible, and maybe stealth is the best option for that.
I'm correct. So if we're not having a long rest, I am very much built for attack at the moment.
Yes, not so much spells.
So I don't really have any stealthy things on the go. Also, I can have my Ollie. Have my spells reset, or am I still with what I've already used?
They can have reset. Yeah, for sure, they can have reset.
Yeah, because I don't think we've used many. Well, I mean, obviously you've used some.
I've used loads.
Yeah, you used some in the alley fight.
Almost tapped. Yeah.
All I've used
Aark was there to impress his kid and was like, "Yep, this is going down."
That's cool. All I've used was one when I used the dimension doors, but that was ages ago, so I think that'll be okay.
I've just got 1/4 level and one. Oh, I've got a few. I can do something. Because I could just do some tempo shit and, freeze the road. Do it on a bend or something. Top of a very big hill, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm not sure Star would survive, but, great.
This all sounds great. Just... any ideas you have, love them, please. I just want to get Star back.
The problem with this Zeed is that we take ages to think of a heist plan. And when we do think of a heist plan, we get really attached to the tiny details that don't really matter. Like, I've been told from Zach's experience, releasing a shark or, finding a way to get inside a mine or whatever. And we do get there eventually, but we often take a bit of a while to get there.
Sorry, what's releasing a shark?
It's a long story. Yeah, I guess. So are we thinking we intercept then? Are we thinking we stop the convoy on the road? Because surely Star is going to be in there. It's going to be easier to get her out of a convoy than it is to get her out of an outpost that's huge and heavily guarded.
That's a good point. That's a great point, yeah. Because it's essentially this armoured motorcade. It's like... it's armored vehicles. They have weapons on them, but it's less things to deal with than, say, the outpost. But I'm open to all ideas.
Yeah, I think maybe combine the two ideas. So obviously we were thinking if we were going to go to the outpost, we would have to sneak around and sort of infiltrate stealthily. And we were thinking if we obviously had to go and intercept them on the road, we'd go full offensive. What if we were to somehow, like I say, create a blockade in the road, create a trap of some kind of pitfall thing going on, and actually lure them to stop and then attack them? And that way we could effectively ambush them on the road but still get the upper hand? Is there a way we could... Yeah, if we can go to the outpost anyway, then why don't we just travel the route a little bit, wait out there and set up a big trap for them?
What is this group all about? Family. What film is the most about family? Fast and the Furious. What happens in the first Fast and the Furious? They attack a convoy to steal, I don't know, VCR players or whatever it is. It's so fucking old now.
DVD players. DVD players, mate. Genuinely, that's what the first film is, to steal DVD players.
That is hysterical.
They fetch a whole £5 on eBay nowadays.
Zeed kind of looks to you all and says, this is all great. Equipment-wise, like, if you wanted to, cause a blockade, I've got explosives that we could use as well. If we maybe wanted to dig a hole in the road to stop the convoy that way, or maybe there's a few like overarching ridges and stuff that we could rig to blow, then we could do that as well. I think I'm best when we're on the ground and my way of the blade, but
or the air. 2 people can fly, of course, now in this group.
You're such a little shit.
Zeed looks at the ground and nearly cries.
I would help him out, but Vixen doesn't know that either, does she? So she's just like, yeah, exactly. Good job, Titus. That's a good thinking, actually. We've got 2 flyers now.
Zeed goes, yeah, we've got 2 flyers. Yeah, okay.
It'll promise it'll make us so obvious, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 birds.
1 stone.
1 wish stone. We have got a wish stone.
Yeah, we have got 2 birds, 1 wish stone. Episode title. Okay, yeah, I like the idea of the explosives, Zeed. If you've got those, that could be brilliant, because we could hide them basically under cover of like a sort of hole in the ground, some kind of blockade in the road.
Pile of pork scratchings?
We could bury them in pork scratchings, and then when they drive over the pork scratchings, not only will they go over the pork scratchings,
give their position away.
Lovely smell as well.
Lovely smell as well.
Oh my god,
yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Maybe we could like explosives under rocks.
Yeah.
And then like, poof, and then like if there's like a valley they're going in.
Yeah.
Poof, rocks come down. We're at the top. You're Eldritch blasting.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, electrocuting them.
Yeah.
What are the cars like? I'm guessing it's like,
armored
quite
trucks
Mad
and stuff.
Maxy.
Yeah.
If you imagine kind of like the school bus from Speed, but it's like that, a prison bus kind of like that, but Mad Max Fury Road. So that's the middle of the convoy, and then you've got like you probably have 2 supporting cars, like muscle cars, and then maybe a bike or 2 like assisting. That's what the convoy looks like. So you're looking about a minimum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 combatants, and then Star as a prisoner.
Yeah. And also the problem is we don't want to blow up the convoy not knowing which bit of it Star's in, because we could blow up Star.
Oh, Vixen. She'd definitely be in the armoured prison bus. There's no way they'd put her in one of the muscle cars or on back of the bike. She's too high value to have open in the air.
Got it. Okay. And that would be midway, like in the middle of the convoy or towards the end?
That would be in the middle, so that the 2 cars, what we've seen in the past anyway, me and Star, it's always the bus in the middle, the 2 cars, and then 2 bikes like flanking.
Got it. Okay, 2 bars and 2 cars. I would be tempted to almost create some kind of diversion on the road and have them come out and investigate, and then we ambush them.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that gets them out the vehicles.
Hear this one out. Valley, blow up. They have to stop. You, dimension door with someone inside the bus. Let everyone out.
Yeah.
Hijack the bus.
We all get away in the bus. Yeah.
Me, blow. I can like potentially blow some cars out the way, maybe.
Yeah. I like that idea. Yeah. So are we planting an explosion that basically causes rocks to fall down so that it blocks the path and therefore forces them to stop?
Or slow down and you just dimension door in with Titus, maybe.
Yeah.
You fuck shit up.
Get them.
Guys, can I just say I'm absolutely rock hard right now hearing this, and that's not Titus, that's me.
Titus again. Just calm thing.
No, that's not Titus, that's me.
Brilliant. Well, I'm glad you're happy and you're having a nice time.
I'm so excited for this mission.
I do like that plan a lot. Titus really likes that plan.
You had me at Valley, Jamie.
Yeah. And I like the idea of being able to... Because I think my concern as well is that if we don't stop them well enough, they could drive away and then they could get back to the outpost, and then we've kind of fucked ourselves a little bit because we're going to end up fighting an outpost as well as a convoy. Like, I've been in this position in Far Cry, and sometimes you go in for the kill and one of them gets away and they fuck off back to their outpost, and you're like, well, that was a pointless exercise. So yeah, if we're going to do it, let's finish them where they stand. So I think the rocks blocking the path is a good idea. So we just need to let off some explosives near presumably like a mountain or something that's going to land.
So like a natural sort of bottleneck. Have you got a map, Seed?
Yeah, map would be good, wouldn't it?
You hear, in this instance, slight crackles in your in-ear headsets that sound like they're tuning to your frequency for a second. And then a familiar voice sounds in your head.
Oh, God.
All right, team. How's it going? Been lucky, son.
You know what? I did actually think at the end of the last episode, I thought I was going to say, where's Grilly?
Come on. We know Quilly isn't every other episode character, guys. I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's there when you need the help. And
I just love that what's he doing when he's off script? Just in a vent.
You know me. I'm just hiding out somewhere, just doing what I'm doing. How'd the buying of the information go? All right.
Yeah, we found your man. He happens to be Aark's son.
You what?
Aark's son is your man. Can you believe it?
Shut it, you silly. What are you saying?
Do you know what I love? Like everything went so badly, but actually it's really turned out quite well for us this time.
Yeah. It did.
Like we didn't swap the money, we got the wrong people.
Yeah.
We got into a fight straight away. But at the end, got my son back. You got a new bike. It's going really well.
Really well, yeah.
So you're telling me that I need to stop all these criminals like sending me requests because they know where your son is? Because apparently loads of them know where your son is.
We did tell Quilly to put out a reward for £500.
Oh,
yeah,
bollocks.
500 gold. Yeah, 500 quid.
gold.
So yeah, lots of them are telling me exactly where your son is. And does it happen to be, I don't know, in an abandoned school somewhere?
It's not great that people know where we are, though. That's not good at all. We should probably get a move on.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
I've got some other bad news. Some scavengers came by and they've absolutely ripped the bike to shreds. So you ain't got any bikes anymore. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Ollie. Could you not have had Quilly come in before we started making a fucking plan that involves bikes?
Well, I wasn't really in that part of the script, if I'm honest. Wasn't really in that part where I wrote that part of Quilly's entrance.
That's so funny.
Yeah, sorry. I'm only a little goblin journalist. I couldn't defend him. I had to fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've only got a few HP. I'm a narrative character, as it were. But yeah, the bikes, they're fucked. You ain't got any more vehicles?
We've
got
got
a Hogley
one.
Davidson.
We've got a Hogley, yeah.
You got a what?
What we've got, and we're not all getting on it because it's mine, and you're not scratching the paint. But we've got a Hogley Davidson hidden under some tarpaulin somewhere.
Yeah, is it back at the bar? We didn't take it with us, did we?
Yeah,
We didn't take it with us. We did.
We're too busy.
So you know when you were doing, pick up the box, pick up your stuff. I was waiting for you to say, wheel the bike, and you didn't say anything about wheeling the bike.
Well, because I thought it just slow us down, because weren't they turning around to get us, basically? It was like a load of them. I thought, well, they'll not remember who the Hogley Davidson is.
That's right. You see Zeed look at you guys looking at each other as if you're like, what? You're talking about vehicles. And Zeed goes, what you need vehicles, right?
Yes, please. Apparently so.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Who are you talking to? Because I'm just stood here and I can see you all having a conversation, but it's not with me or anybody else in the room. So what's going on?
We got a mate called Quilly. He's a little goblin journalist. He was the one who sent us to go and buy the information about the convoy. So he's actually your contact. So there you go. You know who he is now, Quilly. You know I mentioned him before.
Hello, son. You all right?
Yep.
Oh, he can't hear me, can he? He hasn't got any in ears.
He hasn't got any in
right,
ears. But
right.
Quilly says hi, Zeed.
Hello, mate. You all right?
He didn't know who
Hi,
you were.
Zeed. No, I'm Zeed. Hi, Quilly. Yeah, I can't hear him. What's going on?
A breakdown.
Breakdown. I'm having a bloody breakdown. It turns out basically that Quilly had some bikes that he was looking after for us, but some scavengers turned up and Quilly fucked off, so we've lost our bikes. And we've all just realised that we haven't taken the saintly Hogley Davidson with us as well. So yes, Zeed, in answer to your question, show us the vehicles if you've got them.
Okay. And you see Zeed walk over to the corner of the room and he pushes on a little tile and it opens this door, which looks like it was just part of the wall. And you walk into what looks like, the room looks like that of a mechanic's garage with like tyres piled up in the corner, an engine winch covered in oil and tools and oil pans like dotted around the place. It looks as dank as like the basement room you're in, but more of a usable room. And in the centre of the room, is a souped up but apocalyptic looking muscle car, exactly like the one from Mad Max.
Nice.
The badge on the front and the back of the car read Cadillac, clearly belonging to Star, the tabaxi cat.
Nice.
So Zeed goes, well, this is Star's car. We hide it down here so that it doesn't get nicked or put on bricks or whatever up there, but we can use this to get to wherever we need to get to. And you said that you've got a bike. I mean, we can go and check if the bike's still there on our way.
It would be good. Yeah, it would be good.
Yeah.
I feel like
we can't lose the bike.
Yeah, I mean, a part of me almost feels like we don't deserve the bike because we're such idiots.
Whatever happens, I got to snap a man's arm, so
Yeah.
I don't really mind.
Yeah, I mean, it was worth it. I still can't believe that's so funny. Yeah, we can go back and check on the bike for sure.
You guys hear a little bloop. Who's got the holocard with the 1,000 grand on it?
I have. It's in my loot case.
Cool. That's on your back. You hear a little bloop from the holocard.
Oh.
And then you hear Quilly in your ear just goes, all right, gang, I've just given you a map of the area. If Zeed has any idea on like where the convoy is going to go, it'll be on this map, all right? So just pinpoint that, use that to navigate your way to and from where you need to go, and that'll be all right.
Brilliant. Thanks, Quilly.
Thanks, mate.
That's all right, son. Be lucky. I'm just going to be hiding out somewhere. If you need anything, give us an holler. All right. Nice one, sweetheart.
He goes back in his vent. Okay, I'm going to get my unzip my loot case, find the holocard, pull it out, and then we're going to show the map if we can. I don't know how it works.
You see this almost holographic map of the localized area appear. You see where you are on the school. You see the Burning Bucket Tavern, which is like maybe a couple of blocks away. And then you see this kind of windy road that leads out of this part of the outskirts of the city, joins another, and then moves on into like the red wastes of the desert. And you see Zeed goes, that's where the outpost is, right in the middle there. Their headquarters are over here, and they're likely to use this kind of windy, mountainous road to get to where the outpost is. That's where they'll be taking Star. Maybe that fork in the road is where we hit them.
So they go into the fork, or there's a fork after we hit them?
So they join where the fork connects essentially into one long road.
Okay. Right.
And then Aark, you will see up that road is very valley-like, mountainous, rocky ridges, that kind of stuff, to get over to the outpost, which is further into the desert.
Cool.
Just a quick thought as well. Is it worth us just placing the rocks as a barricade to like block their way so that they end up stuck and stranded, and then we use the explosives to deal more damage as opposed to just knock the rocks down?
Only thing I'd say is if you do that, then they're going to see it come in.
Yeah, and they have a chance to turn
So
around.
they might just turn around on
yeah.
that fork.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we sort of need to get the element of surprise, don't we? Nah, fair.
And if you wanna, if we are nicking the bus, we don't really want to damage the bus, do we? Externally.
Yeah.
We want to like launch in and then.
Well, as I see it, you could block the road further up the way when they get to it, and then you could rig the explosives to block behind them. So you put them in like a bowl, and then they're stuck.
Yeah.
Like,
We couldn't.
Dad, do we
couldn't
need
drive away with
do
it,
we
could
need the bus?
Titus got a bike. Okay. Titus got a bike. Can I have a bus?
Yeah. Okay, Dad. All right.
Jeez.
I would like an armoured Mad Max vehicle of some kind. Maybe even just a quad bike would do me.
No, you are right though.
These
You
are
are
all,
right, Zeke,
these are all
because
requests I
you are right.
cannot give you.
We have one car.
You're right,
We have
'cause
one
we could-
car. We have one car.
We could block the road, then just block behind them so they're stuck.
Yeah.
It's like a literally killing zone, then, isn't it?
Yeah, they're wedged in then, aren't they? Also, I know this is incredibly well in brew of me to say, but let their tyres down. They don't get away then.
Don't you worry, Amy. It's very seaside town as well, which is where I'm from. Just take a screwdriver, walk around a suburban area, and just stab tires. What a pastime, eh? But yeah, you could block them into the valley with explosives at the front, with explosives at the back. There are so many ways that you could do this, but you have a map of the road ahead of you, and it's you would drive up one way, they would drive up another. That joins into a fork, and then there's one road to the outpost.
Jamie, did you used to do that? Stab people's tyres?
What's that, sorry?
Did you used to stab people's tyres as well? Because we used to, in my hometown, our version of that was what we called the window wiper hit squad, which is where we just walk down the road and make everyone's windscreen wipers stick out so they'd come out in the morning and go, oh, that's a pain in the arse. Right, that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, I should.
You used to do the back.
I should clarify.
Because no one used to know it's the back ones. So
Yeah.
like you would be like you'd be there. You must be the person who's driven off, and then like a couple of days later, be like, oh my god.
Oh.
My god.
I don't think
Why's my car got
I
a
knew
tail?
quite a few people who let down tyres. I never actually let down tyres myself, but I have been
That's
known
good.
to draw
Good to hear.
a few dicks on the back of car windscreens and
Yeah.
vans and things. Of course, that was the case.
Classic shenanigans.
Honk if you're horny.
Clean me.
I thought you were just asking us that, Ed.
Yeah. Always good to just test the
We
waters.
were all there like sound effects, like literally so many horns going off now.
Imagine that. If you imagine, like people, sometimes you're in a car and you look sideways and someone's listening to the same radio station or singing along to the same song as you are. Imagine someone's driving along and they simultaneously both hit their horn and think, are they both horny and listening to Dice with Death at the same time?
So what I'm going to do really quickly is, because like time is of the essence kind of thing, I'm just going to go back. I'm going to go to the mini fridge. I'm going to see if there's any blue arcane.
There's some blue arcane.
I'm going to give it to Vixen, just in case, because she's popped a couple of spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's recover all our spells.
I've only used one dimension door, but I'll need a 4th level again. So yeah, let me take
Great.
that. That's cool. That'd be brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have we got any we can take with
Cool.
us just for the way?
So Aark has used 2 to come to pop back up to full, like
Yep.
everything. Vixen, if you were to drink the one that you've got right now, you would be at full, and then there's one more in the fridge that you can take.
I'll take that with me, please.
Is there any potions, Ollie?
Yeah, there are two. There are 2 greater healing potions, so 4d4 plus 4, 2 of those.
I only need to take one of them now, I'd say. I'd rather have that now. But the other one we could take with us, couldn't we?
Do you want to keep that one on you though? Because you're going to be. I don't know who we're taking in with, who Vixen's going to take in with them, but I would assume it's probably
I
you.
would probably
'cause
take
you're
you.
gonna be-
Yeah.
I've got 2 great healing potions with me. I
You
think.
have, yes. Aark has. I've got 1 already. Aark's used yours. You've used yours, Jamie. So actually, I've got 2,
Yeah.
and now Titus has got 2. I'm just writing that down on my notes.
So I'll neck one from the fridge now. I'll do that whilst we're deciding who's carrying the other one.
Oh, okay. Oh, what? So you're going to have 1 now? Okay. So we'll have 3.
Not one of mine. One from the fridge. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. In that case, yeah. Oh, what? I've got an Arcana potion, haven't I? Actually.
Yes.
That's what I just picked up.
So I'd probably give it to you again. I think because I'm probably going to be. I'll probably be doing stuff from range. I think I don't really want to get involved because I think what's going to happen is, boom, we'll trap them. Your dimension door in, and I just need to make a distraction, don't I?
Yeah.
I just need to hit as many people as I can
Exactly.
to try and draw as much attention.
Yep. You and Zed. I think you and Zed on the offensive, and me and Titus on the sneak.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we've got in total. Then I've got an Arcana potion, and we've got Titus has got 2 healing potions. I've got 1. Are we taking any more?
No, that's it, I think.
Okay.
That's all
Cool.
right.
All right.
We're not taking the one from the fridge?
Yeah. I think is there an extra one in the fridge I can yank?
Yeah, you take that one.
Yep. Cool. All right. So 4. I've got 2. You've got 2. Perfect.
Sweet.
Nice. Wow. We're all pretty zooped up. Okay. So I guess looking at the map, we've got our location. We've loaded up on potions and lotions and stuff. We know the plan. Should we get the explosives and figure out who's going to do the plotting of the bombs?
The explosives the explosives are all in the car. Once we drive up there, I can definitely set a few on the sides. But Dad, if you wouldn't mind help to do the ones up higher, because that's going to be the biggest rock fall to fall down, and you can fly up there and plant those.
You can fly too, though, can't you, son?
Yeah, both fly up either side, if anything.
I'm just gonna very subtly go my hand, so hopefully Z doesn't see. Just go just wave it stop.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if you prefer your dad doing it.
Z definitely sees you doing that with your hand, but kind of chooses to ignore it. And then he says, "Okay, so me and Dad will plant the bombs at the front and the back of the valley. Then what's the plan from there?"
We wait for the convoy to come along, I guess. Once it gets close, are these things that remote detonate, or things that detonate we have to detonate them close to them?
They're remote. We've made them
Brilliant.
so they can remote detonate.
Amazing. So we can just get in position after they've been planted, wait for the convoy, set it off when the convoy is past a certain checkpoint. The explosion will happen on the mountain side, and the rocks will fall down and trap them. We also need to make sure we've planted some rocks, don't we, in front of them, so they can't just drive the fuck off.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I was thinking Titus is a medium-sized big boy.
Well, if you want your own broken as well, keep talking.
Yeah, no, Titus is the one for that job. He'll be brilliant at it. That works, I think.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, have Titus planting some hench rocks as a big old boy. And then I'm thinking, obviously, if Zed, you want to help us with that as well, while your dad's doing the planting.
We got 2 sets of explosives, haven't we? So I thought we were just going.
I've got
one set at the front, bang.
Yeah,
one set at the back, bang.
Oh, okay.
So I've got lots of little ones, but I've got 16 in total. So we could do 8 at the front, 4 either side of the valley, and then 4 either side at the back. So 16 in total to blow as many rocks in as possible.
Yeah.
So I don't think we even need.
We don't even need
Titus
that.
to Yeah, I think you two could be absolutely ready just to go.
We can be hiding in the bushes. Titus, you can stick a leaf to your head.
Yes.
Bus comes. Front, bang. Back, bang. Trapped in the middle. Yeah, Vixen and Titus. Dimension door. Inside the prison van. You start fucking everyone up. Me and the kid will just make as much noise as we can to try and draw as much fire as we can from everything.
Yeah.
And then how are you getting out?
So the armoured... That's a very good point. The armoured bus is pretty armoured, I imagine. It's not the sort of thing... Will there be a guard in there? Yeah, but surely there'll be guards in there with Star, right?
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
But how
I
would
think
they be getting out? One of them would have a key on them, surely.
One of them would probably have a key. Yeah, it would be, one of those school bus things or prison bus things that you can open from the back, but it'll be pretty armoured up. So if you were to dimension door in there, then Dad, me and you, once we've blown the explosives, we can rush forward to the back and at least, I don't know, all pull on the same thing or smash it at the same time. If someone's working it from the inside, we can work it from the outside as well.
Yeah, I think that's solid. We almost need to make sure, because there's going to be a lot of other. We've also got 2 other trucks and 2, motorbikes that are going to be with people on us. So we're all going to need to be able to join the fight quite quickly. Yeah, I guess Dimension Door in, and then Star can also help us we can free her and she can help us get out.
That's it. That's if she's in fighting fit condition.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been imprisoned with the jackals for a day and a half and has probably been tortured at this point. They're going to sell her on, and I mean, we'll see. She might be in fighting fit condition, and she might be able to help.
Probably best to plan for her not to be, like you say. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Let's work on the worst possible outcome, and then we can we can engineer it backwards from there.
Yeah.
Right, Dad?
Yeah.
Yep, totally.
Sounds
I
good.
think if she's unconscious, Titus can pick her up, we can carry her out of there. But yeah, I think you're right, guys. If you kind of come to the back of the bus and help us to get the door open. I'm just thinking, if the soldier's already in there, they'd need a way out. So there must be a key in that room. I'm thinking, is it worth you guys just focusing on fighting off the soldiers around the outside, and me and Titus can just find that key? Because there must be, they'd have to have a way out, surely.
I think that's great. If you two are a team inside, me and Dad a team outside.
Yep, that works.
And we'll just work it that way. You guys, when you were talking amongst yourselves, have you got like in-ear things? Are you, or is it telepathic or what? Because you can all communicate. Because I can't hear, Dad can just relay to me. Because we're going to be outside making a lot of noise anyway. We don't have to be stealthy about it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're telepathic, by the way. There's
yeah.
not things in our ears. We are super telepathic, magic people. Just to get that clarified.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, he fully believes you for a second.
Watch this, Vixen. What number am I thinking of? 3.
3.
Correct. So there you go.
Honestly.
Correct. There you go. Proves it, everybody.
Proves it. Can't argue that.
Cool. As you guys are all sat around the table, I say sat around the table, you're kind of all stood around the table, but also, seeing this Cadillac, the Star's muscle car, which you've never seen before, Vixen. This is brand new to you. Like you'd maybe heard about Star talking about owning like a classic muscle car when she was older, and it's this apocalyptic kind of looking thing at the moment. But you, at this point, you're like, she got what she wanted. She's living the life that she wanted. As you guys are talking, above you, you hear a tripwire go, and you hear explosions as the explosions rigged at the front of the school to stop people in blows up. Like, you hear all this rumbling above you, and you hear a bunch of what sounds like bounty hunters get blown the fuck back. And then Quilly dashes on the inner ears and goes, all right, gang, I think there's been a big old fucking explosion near the school. I'd say that those bounty hunters are coming. If you can get the fuck out of there right now, get the fuck out, all right? Go, go, go. You see Zed goes, everybody in the car. Titus, we'll swing by and see if we can get your bike. If it's not there, it's not there, but let's see. And he ushers everybody into the muscle car to get out. Is everybody going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear hogfolk and bounty hunters start banging on the trapdoor from above. Poof, 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 and then you hear it explode down. You see them start to come down. As you look through the door, you see Zed hop in, turn the key in the muscle car, like fully rev it up and go, let's go fuck some shit up. And he just accelerates through this garage door out, like proper just out onto the school courtyard, skids, like drifts out, then back onto the desert road and just fucks off as you see all these hogfolk and bounty hunters and other bounty hunters enter into this room to try and get you guys.
To the radio on.
Turn the radio on. Yeah. Who sat where? Titus,
Can we
are
flip
you in
them
the
off
front?
as well as we drive off? Can we flip off all the hogfolk and bounty hunters as they
Yeah,
come
you
in?
absolutely do.
Be like, give
Fingers
them
out the
bird.
windows, just yeah. Nice.
I like to picture the fact that I'm in the passenger seat, but with it all the way back, so whoever sat behind me has got their knees behind by their ears, effectively.
I feel like that would be me. Yeah, I'll be that person. Just with my ears and my knees aligned. I'm always that person. And then Zeed can be maybe in the middle seat, Aark on the other back seat side. Oh no, Zeed's driving, isn't he? Yeah,
He's driving.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'm like right behind Zeed, but I'm like, phantom pedaling as well. So like I'm like, hitting the brake or the accelerator when like
Yes, your backseat driving.
you can clearly hear me hitting the brake.
You famously in cars can't quite. You do all the pedals and stuff, but because you're used to flying, your wings are out the windows because you don't know what's going on. You're moving so
just flapping
fast,
a little bit.
just flapping like a dog's face out the window. But you guys like steam off into this apocalyptic wasteland across all the junkyards and stuff, and you start heading for the fork in the road to set up your plan, the heist of Starver to Baxi. What Zeed turns to you all in the car and says, "Let's commence Operation Cat Out of the Bag."
Are we Operation Look for the Bike first, or are we not going to do that?
You're going to go like via that way.
Okay.
So runs up. Wastelands to your left. You see Zeed look out to the right, down the hill to where like the Burning Bucket Tavern is and the alleyway that you guys fought in. Everybody roll me perception checks. This is going to hinge on the fact that one of you guys has got to see this bike. Aark.
14.
Okay. Titus.
I got a 15.
Okay. Vixen.
26.
Oh yes.
Oh, Vixen. Vixen, you are the first person to spot the bike.
Yep.
You see the bike in all its glory. You see it with no bricks underneath it, in perfect condition.
God for that. Titus, you won't believe this, but your Hogley Davison is still exactly where we left it.
Thank God.
Oh,
Who's
what
got
a
the
relief.
keys? No, I've got the keys. I remember I put them in my animal kilt thing.
I guess in a way we were a bit smart because no one could have stolen it if he had the keys the whole time. There's the bike, Z. That's the one that we won earlier in a very brutal arm wrestle. Why am I saying this to you? You were there.
You feel and hear Zeed put the pedal to the metal. He turns in and it oversteers and you start drifting. Skirt, skirt, and down the street. Like you can see where the school is, where you were 5 blocks away a minute ago, and you see all these bounty hunters like going into the school trying to find everything, and you pull right up alongside the bike. Titus, what do you do?
I say maybe wait till I've got the engine started before you drive off.
Yeah.
But I'll jump out, hoy the tarpaulin that's partially covering it back, hop on, and attempt to start the engine.
Okay, as you attempt to start the engine, Titus, this is going to be a sleight of hand check for you to start this bike. This is a bike that you have never started before, and you're in danger. So you hear Zeed kind of rev the engine and go, "Come on, let's get going, let's get going." Titus, or Adam, I should say, with your rolling plate, roll me a sleight of hand check.
I didn't use it for my perception thing, but I flipped it over, so I'm thinking this is the unlucky side, so I'm going to use this side. Sleight of hand check, yeah?
Go for it.
A 16.
A 16. Titus, you successfully start the bike the first time. You hear it go, and you like rev the engine as much as you can to get all of the shit, like chemical air that's running through this engine out of it. You see the smoke blow out of it, and Zeed kind of just leans out the window and goes, "Titus, you ready? You ready to go?"
Yeah, I kicked the door closed because I've left it open in case I needed to dive back in, and just rev the engine basically and give him a nod because I just love the noise that it makes. And I'm sitting on it, it's throbbing and everything's throbbing basically. Let's do this.
Nice. You are vibrating with happiness as you sit on this engine, this huge V8. And as you start your engine, you see Hogfolk and bounty hunters running down the alleyway towards you, and they start trying to take a few pop shots at you. Zeed takes off. Titus, are you following?
Yeah, straight. Literally just. If he's got the tyre tracks like that, I'm sort of making the middle one like it was a 3-wheel car, effectively.
Titus, give me an athletics check. What am I going to say? I'm going to say dexterity saving throw here, just to miss some of these pop shots, because there's a lot of them, and they are just popping bullets down an alleyway towards you. So there's a high percentage chance that they're going to hit the car or hit you. So just a dexterity saving throw.
Do I have advantage on this, or can I not see it coming? I suppose.
You can. I mean, you can see this. You can see this coming. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Roll with advantage.
That won't be necessary today. This side of the plate kicks ass.
Found the good side of the plate.
Say it, man. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. Nat 20, baby.
Nat 20.
Adam, I'm going to ask you to roll that again, just in case you get another Nat 20.
Oh yeah, let's see. No, 13. That one.
Okay, great.
That we would have had to have confiscated the plate for being OP.
Yeah. The plate's weighted or whatever. Titus, you managed to escape this alleyway with Zeed and everybody else in the car without taking a single shot from these Hogfolk bounty hunters. You speed off into the apocalyptic wasteland, the junkyard that you'd seen, leaving the school and leaving the Burning Bucket Tavern behind, off up this mountainous trail. It's about maybe like 4 or 5 miles out. So, through rough and rocky terrain, it takes you maybe 15 or 20 minutes just to get up there. But you all arrive past the fork in the road, exactly where the valley is where you need to be to set up your heist. Zeed parks up the car with a little drift, immediately opens the door and stands out like that film, The Wanted, or whatever the fuck it is. Just pops the door, stands out samurai style, like handbrake, and just goes, I'll get setting the lower bombs. Dad, you get setting the high ones. He clicks a little button, pops the trunk, and you just see this, like, there's so much fucking TNT in here, but it's so rudimentary put together. It looks like old fireworks. Like, it doesn't look like it was military grade or anything, but you know it's going to work. So he grabs those and starts rushing towards the front part of the valley to set those bombs up. What is everybody doing?
Okay, so they're setting up the bombs. Titus, I suppose we've got a little... How long have we got, do we think, till the convoy arrives?
Look, once we've set everything, it could be an hour, it could be 2 hours, but they are coming through here tonight, so it seems like it's just kind of a lie-in-wait game until they get here.
Yep, okay. So we should probably try and find somewhere to hide. I was also considering... I have invisibility, and especially now I've got full spell slots. I could cast invisibility at 3rd level, which means that I could get both me and Titus invisible, which would mean that I don't know if that would have effect. The problem is when you cast a spell, it removes invisibility. Like, the spell ends when you cast another spell. So if I was to do Dimension Door, it would then remove it for me at least. But would it remove it for Titus? Yeah,
cancels out the spell completely. So whatever you've cast on somebody else, if you cast invisibility on both of you, because it's concentration, you would get rid of it completely. But that's okay, because you'd be immediately stepping through the door, I guess. So it's up to you.
Yeah, no, I think it's probably better just to stick to that. I was just thinking out loud whether or not it was worth making us invisible. I mean, we could always do that a bit later on. It's cool. Yeah, just thinking out loud. Cool. Yeah, I guess we just hide somewhere. We've got plenty of time to hide, haven't we? Knuckle down until it's time to Dimension Door.
Just seeing if there's any leaves knocking about, but it's a wasteland, isn't it? So there's probably not a great deal of...
It's a desert wasteland.
Take some sand, pour it over your head.
You can definitely see, like, old Playboy magazines lying about in the crumpled up wasteland. So if you wanted to disguise yourself as a pile of nudie mags, I'm sure you could.
I love Playboy, by the way. That's so good.
Yes.
Just
Playboy.
Sexy mind flayers.
Sexy mind flayers, all loads of tentacles.
Yeah.
But like, if you're a huge bulbous eye, even sexier.
Joy to beholder.
Someone put a wow in there. Whoever's editing this, put a wow in there. You hear Zeed shout back to everybody, because you're all in this valley at the moment, and just say, we've got to find somewhere to stash the car and the bike, because we've got to be able to get out of here afterwards. I suggest heading back to the fork and then up the hill, but do whatever you need to. But at this point, Zeed has set up the bombs for the front assault and is working his way back to set up the bombs for the rear assault. Zeed looks to you, Aark, and he kind of says, Dad, how many feet do you think we should leave space for? Like, the bus is maybe 10 foot long. It's quite a big thing. And I don't know, are you thinking like 30 or maybe 60? I don't know. I don't know how much room to give them.
That's a really good point. I'd go 60.
Okay, more space for us to make a mistake if we need to, I guess.
A bigger like catching mitt, I guess.
Okay.
So we can definitely try and get them.
Great. And you see Zeed run off, and he starts doing the bombs along with you. The bombs are all set up now. So your plan of action to blow the front, which Zeed has the detonator for. Aark, he gives you the detonator for the rear, so you'll be the person closing everybody in.
Okay.
And Zeed says to you, Aark, Dad, just give me the nod when you want me to blow the front rocks to smithereens, okay? Where should we watch from?
Where you say front, do you mean the first one that they pass or the second one? So is his the ones that are going to stop them
So
escaping?
the front are the bombs that are going to blow up in front of them. So we don't want them to get past that one just before.
Okay. And that's the one that Zeed's got.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
You're in a
You
valley.
have to be quite high up, actually. So I think if we're on top of the valley kind of thing, let's kind of just bury ourselves a little bit in the sand and stuff and just keep a lookout from the top, I think.
Okay, great. Vixen, Titus, where are you going to be? Opposite side of the valley?
Yeah, I think so. All we need to do is make sure we get a visual so that I can cast Dimension Door on that bus.
Yeah, how close do we need to be for you to be able to cast that?
So the range, the area is 500 feet. So
Oh, sweet.
I think we're pretty, wherever we want to, as long as we're out of sight so that they don't see us on the approach, I think as long as me and Titus find somewhere, big rock. There must be a big rock we can hide behind where they're not going to spot us.
Yeah.
You see atop the valley, either side, it's like rocky terrain. You can easily hide behind stuff. But 500 feet is so good. That is
really
so
good, isn't it? Yeah.
You hear a little crackle in your headset again, and you hear Quilly, and he goes, "All right, gang, be lucky, son. Everything all right? Do you need any help from me? Or you're good?"
Yeah, it actually feels like it's almost gone too smoothly right now, Quilly. Quilly. Don't know why I called him Quilly. Quilly, I feel like, I don't know. I've just got this sense of dread. I feel like something's not going to go entirely to plan, and I don't know why. But be lucky, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Be lucky.
Be lucky, son. What I will say, right, is the school is completely and utterly compromised. So once you get Star out of there, don't go back to the school. I've sent a little a meeting place up on that holler card that I gave you with the grand on it.
Mm-hmm.
Just follow the GPS coordinates to that. It's another rundown building, but it's like a slum village over.
Mm-hmm.
So the fork that you came up, don't go back down that way. Go back the opposite way in the other fork, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, got you.
Follow the GPS coordinates and you'll be all right. I will meet you there and we can discuss whatever the fuck it is that we're going to do next, all right? Good luck with the plan. God bless. If you really get in a sticky situation, get on the bell to me and I'll see what the fuck I can do, all right?
Cheers, great.
All right, let's go fuck up some silly nice one. And it clicks off. And you guys lie in wait for the heist to commence.
Oh, attention.
About an hour goes by and you are just, twiddling your thumbs, But Aark, I imagine you, and possibly your son Zeda actually, are just watching that road, just bird eyes focused on that fork in the road to watch this armoured motorcade come through. And you start to feel, and almost hear, but feel first, through the earth, with your hands and feet kind of in the ground, the rumblings of a motorcade. And you see Zed pulls out some, like, very stealthy looking binoculars, but little binoculars. And of course he's a bird, so he turns his head fully to the side to look through one of the eye holes straight down the way, because he can't look through both of them at the same time. Turns his head fully sideways to look, and he says, Dad, I think that's them. I think they're coming. I see one. Okay, we've got 2 motorbikes. 2, okay, muscle cars. And that's the prison. That's the prison van. She's there. She's definitely on that one. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, we might have a problem here. Dad. Okay, I didn't plan for this. Okay. They've upgraded the cavalcade. Just take a look. And he passes the binoculars to you.
I have a look.
You turn your head to the side because you're a bird and you can't look 2 eyes down at binoculars. And you see that the 2 muscle cars, so one in front and one in behind, have Gatling guns on them, which they weren't prescribed to have before. And you see 2 more Gatling guns that almost look mechanized and weaponized on top of the prison bus. And Zed says, Dad, I'm sorry, I think I miscalculated this. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We can't. Can we do this? Are we sure we can do this? I'm not sure if we can do this.
I'm just going to turn to him and go, well, I think the Gatling guns are going to be our problem. We can do this, kid.
Are you sure? I don't want to put anybody in danger. I'm so sorry.
We can do this. I'm going to communicate the issues, what's happening with Titus and Vixen, to let them know that there's 2 Gatling guns. Don't be caught out in the open, because you're going to get shredded. If you can't get into that, if you can't get into the bus, then I guess we just book it. Because I can't think of another way that we're going to get in other than you mentioned already.
Yeah, that's cool. I think my backup plan is that I'll just I'll just turn us both invisible so that we can sneak up closer and get out of range of those guns, because they will shred us to pieces.
Ollie, could Titus hear when Zeke said he doesn't want to put anyone in danger?
Yes.
Okay. Titus is gonna say, okay, Aark, I want you to repeat what I'm about to say to you verbatim to Zeke. I want you to tell him that Danger is my middle name. Actually, it's not. It's Thunderbastard. I am Titus Thunderbastard Galakavi.
Do you want me to say that? Because I'm up.
Doesn't matter. Aark. We're going ahead with this mission.
Aark, do you repeat that back to Zed verbatim?
I do. I say Aark. I say Titus says. You also got your name wrong twice, and I've not. Corrected him.
It's okay, Dad. I think he's taking a few too many knocks to the head. You know, from what I gather, it's fine. But okay, okay, we can do this. We can do this. The cavalcade starts to roll on in to the valley. Hear the engines just revving and rumbling the floor. Aark, you're watching the front, and Zed says, Dad, tell me when. Zed readies the detonator and waits for your signal.
Okay, how long is the cavalcade now? Like, how many vehicles?
So it's still the same amount of vehicles. It's 1 bike, right. 1 muscle car, 1 prison bus, a muscle car and a bike. So you see all of that. You see that you have accounted for 20 more feet than you should have, because this motorcade is taking up 40 feet So, congratulations. You did that right. And you see that the cavalcade is maybe 20 feet from the first lot of explosives.
I'm going to wait for the bus to just start going past the the first explosives kind of thing, the ones that will stop it retreating.
Nice.
Okay, great. Right, the bus goes past the first set of explosives.
Pull the bang. I nod to Zeed. I go, do it.
You nod to
Blow it.
Zeed. Zeed looks
Yeah.
down towards the valley, presses the button. You see and all of these rocks just fall in to the front. You see the first motorbike. The guy riding the motorbike is completely crushed by the first set of rocks and explosives. You can absolutely assume he is dead. He has just been absolutely mushed. You see that part of the front of the muscle car is then like littered with the first amount of rocks, like breaking the windshield, and you see like a huge rock falls from the top of this like cliff edge and goes straight through the engine bay, stops it from going anywhere. You see the prison bus like pulls to a halt. You hear people start shouting, and then you see the other muscle car start to move round the side of this prison bus to look at what's going on, along with the other bike comes around the other side. Like they're rubbernecking basically. They've seen an accident happen on the M25, and they're all coming out to see what's going on. So that set of explosions has gone off, the motorcyclist is down, and the first muscle car is definitely out.
Wicked.
Pop it. Pop the second one.
Yes.
Let's lock him in.
Aark pops the second one. All these rocks start falling down. They're a little more way in, so you don't get the rear motorcyclist or the muscle car because he's moved in, but they are completely blocked in, and you start to see these... You start to see these Gatling guns start moving around on the top of the bus and the top of the muscle cars with all these jackals in them shouting, going, "What the fuck's going on? Where are they? Where are they? It's an ambush! It's a fucking ambush! Someone's trying to get our cargo!" What are you all doing?
All right, cool. I mean, do you have to roll initiative?
Not yet.
Okay, all right. Can I teleport myself and Titus into the armoured truck? The armoured prison.
Everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
There we go.
Aark, what did you get?
21.
Titus, what did you get?
This plate, man. 19.
Oh!
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
boy! Vixen, what did you get?
14.
I am going to use this first round as a surprise round because you have absolutely knocked the shit out of this convoy, right? And you have surprised them to no good. So for this round of combat, there will be absolutely nobody from that cavalcade, that motorcade, reacting. Aark, with a 21, you're up first. What are you doing?
I'm going to look at Zeed and just go, when we fought earlier, I might have been holding back a little bit.
Oh.
And I'm just going to raise my arm in the air. And you're going to start to see a thunderstorm, like just crackling above the cavalcade, and I cast Call Lightning.
Nice. What you call... so call lightning is like area of effect or on something specific?
A storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 foot tall, 60 foot wide, centered on a point that you see 100 foot directly above you. When you cast a spell, choose a point you can see within range. A bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. Each creature within 5 foot of that point must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d10 lightning damage on a fail save, or half as much on a successful one. On each of your turns until the spell ends, you can use your action to call down lightning in this way again. The target in the same point or a different one. If you're outdoors in stormy conditions, it gives you control over existing storms.
Okay, lovely. So that's the range when it strikes is how many feet, sorry?
120 foot.
120 foot. So everybody within this thunderous lightning clouds needs to make saves. What was the save, sorry?
Well, actually, so I can fire it at a specific person. This cloud appears
Got
like
you.
100 foot in the air, and it's
Got
like
you.
120 foot wide. But I just called down one kind of like bolt of lightning.
Who are you going after?
One of the dudes on the bike, might as well.
Okay, the only dude left on the bike, he's going to make a saving throw.
Yep, go for it.
He gets a 12.
Oh, he fails. He takes 3d10.
Okay.
He's getting smoked.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty tasty. Has he failed?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Channel Divinity. He takes 30 points of lightning damage.
Aark, how do you do this?
Wow. Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, cool. So literally, I raise my hand up and just like pull my hand down and just wrench down this kind of bolt of lightning. I like to think I hit the bike and the bike just explodes.
Such a baller move in front of your son, that, by the way.
You just see this mushroom cloud from behind the prison bus as fuel erupts into the air, and Z just like slow head turn looks at you just like this and goes, "Whoa, Dad, that was sick."
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm concentrating, kid. Sorry, give me 2 seconds.
Daddy's busy.
Aark, is that the end of your go?
I might hunker down as movement, so just move a little bit so I'm not in the same place that I was when I called lightning.
Aark, you move like slightly to the left or to the right, and you hunker down. For hunkering down, just give yourself right now, like until the end of your next go, like a +2 to your AC, because you're hunkering down even more. Cool. Is that the end of your go?
I'm just gonna go to the guys in the headset. Go, right, guys, that was your distraction. Let's go for it.
Okay.
Thanks, mate. Quite a distraction.
Titus, it's your go. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Well, the plan would kind of be, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but you could ready your action to walk through the dimension door with Vixen if you wanted to.
I mean, I'm just deferring till after whatever happens with Vixen, I suppose.
Do you want to do what you are really good at doing?
Yes, I'll rage. Thank you very much.
Ding, ding, ding! You rage. Titus, that is the end of your go. Vixen, what are you doing?
What am I doing indeed? Can I just give you a really quick, funny thing that just made me laugh? It's a very small tangent. My friend's just messaged me and gone, "Did you know someone called Rebecca who went to Wren?" And I'm like, because Wren was the school that I went to. And I'm like, I might need a bit more to go on than that. And she was like, well, you know, I've just met her, this random girl in a bar in Romania, and she said that she went to Wren's school in Wellingborough. And I'm like, brilliant, yeah, so did I. And she's like, so you know her then? No, all you've given me is this girl's name is Rebecca. No idea of what So I text back, yeah, actually, oh, fucking hell, Rebecca? Yeah, I know her. And she's like, oh, do you actually? What a small world. Come the fuck on, Bridget. I know that Tara listens to this, so she'll listen to this episode and be like, oh, yeah, my text. Anyway.
Hi, Tara. You're right.
Hi, Tara.
Hi, Tara.
Right, there you
Hi,
go. There's me
Tara.
shouting at my hysterical friend. So, Dimension Door, we're going to get in there, Titus. Do you want me to read it aloud, my spell?
Please do.
Okay. So 500 feet is the range in the area. With Dimension Door, it's a 4th level spell. You teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range. You arrive at exactly the spot desired. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize. I guess in this case it's kind of visualization because we're trying to get inside an object. Or one you can describe by stating the distance and direction, such as 200 feet straight forward, straight downward, or upward to the northwest at a 45-degree angle 300 feet. You can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry. You can also bring one willing creature. Are you willing, Titus?
I am ready, willing, and able.
I am willing. Creature of your size or smaller who is carrying gear up to its current carrying capacity, which I believe he is. The creature must be within 5 feet of you when you cast the spell. We are hiding next to each other. If you would arrive in a place already occupied by an object or a creature, you and any creature travelling with you take 4d6 force damage, and the spell fails to teleport you. I very nearly didn't read that bit out, just in case Ollie decided to be a dick. So, yeah, I'm going to cast Dimension Door. Exactly the same thing as last time. I take my 2 index fingers and I sort of draw the shape of the arc of a door in the air, and this sort of like crisp glowing light kind of erupts from my fingers to kind of trace the shape of the door. The door is effectively materialised in the air. I kind of push through.
Can I push Vixen's fingers slightly wider than she normally would?
Yeah, just to make sure that he can get through it. Yeah, she makes the ceiling. He makes the ceiling a little bit higher, and I'm sort of there like, oh crying out loud. Yes, okay. The door is completed. It glows with intense radiant light, and I gently push my sort of hand through it. The scenery kind of wobbles, and the door cracks open, and myself and Titus are pulled through it at a very, very, rushed kind of, almost like a wind tunnel amount of force. So we are very sick, like we were the first time when we came out the other side. Let's go for the big whoosh through. What do we see on the other side?
You and Titus push through this dimension door into the back of the prison bus, and you are greeted immediately by 12 jackals wheeling all of their armaments and pistols, and they're all just trying to fight this one tabaxi wielding 2 samurai swords on her feet, spinning on her head, and she stops, looks towards the radiant light, sees you enter and goes, "Fucking hell! Is that you, Vixen?" Starts spinning with all these samurai swords trying to cut down these fucking jackals who are in the back, shooting shotguns off in the air, just rumbling. The bus, from the outside, Aark and Z just see the bus start wobbling back and forth and shaking. She goes, "Let's have a fucking party up in here!"
Yes!
Cut to the outside of the bus, and you see Zeed. Well, Aark, you see Zeed, who you've hunkered down, but Zeed is being that curiosity that killed the cat, and is just looking over the edge. And as he looks towards the edge,
No.
he slips. Aark, you have a reaction. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I want to grab him.
Okay, roll a athletics check to grab him.
Ooh.
Use the plate, Jamie.
I wish I could. 13.
13. Aark, you reach out your talon, your hand, to grab at your son as he goes, "Dad!" and starts to slip down the side of this valley into the cliff down. And as you look down towards him and look back up towards the bus, you see 2 Gatling guns turn, point towards Zeed, and start firing on the side of this mountain.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
And that's where we'll end our session.
Oh, no! Oh my god, Star. What a fucking queen. I love her already. I love her!
Thank you so much to my players, Jamie, Amy, and Adam, for coming through and playing another episode of Dice with Death. You can follow us on social media at Dice Death Pod. We're on Twitter, which is now called X, which we're still going to call Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, if you want to come over there and say hello. And we're also on patreon.com/Dice Death Pod. If you've got any spare income, do come over there, say hello. We've got a nice little community over there. We do little bits of extra content. And yeah, donate us some money if you can, because it really helps to make this podcast the best that it can be. I'd like to take this moment to say, Adam, thank you so much for all your time on the show. Obviously, you're still going to be here, but you're going to go and have a baby, aren't you?
You won't be the same when you're back. You'll be a daddy-o.
I can't really say I'm doing most of the hard work, to be perfectly honest. That's to my beautiful wife, Anna Louise, who probably by the time this goes out, fingers crossed, will have given birth. But yeah, I can only apologise to all of our fantastic listeners for delaying what sounds like a bloody awesome fight we're about to have for, let's be honest, Jamie, an indefinite amount of time, isn't it, basically?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But everybody listening to this podcast, if you can please get on Twitter, congratulate Mr. Wilborn and Mrs. Wilborn for pushing out a kid and having a wonderful new life together with literally birthing a new life. Please do. Jamie, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on X. At Jimu1987 until I find something better.
I don't. Is there one? I don't know. I don't know if that's conclusive or not.
I'm looking at. Is it Blue Sky? That one.
Is that the invite only one?
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of the D&D community have gone to.
Okay.
So if I can get on that, if anyone's got an invite, please invite me.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you.
please invite us. Invite us
Yeah.
anywhere, it'd be great. Amy, where can people find you on social media?
I am everywhere. Amy_Mallet on Twitter and just Amy Mallet on Instagram.
Adam Wilborn, where can people find you on the social media?
You can find me across social media. Find out if my child is named Titus or Thunderbastard at Adam Wilborn. And don't forget, make sure you roll a d20 at +5 modifier and use that as your star rating for us across all the podcasting platforms.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Dice with Death. We promise you when we come back, it's going to be so fucking epic. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.